Hello everybody, this is Joy Holt and this is Monday with the Mayor. I'm here in Ferdinand today and we've got Chris James with us. Hi Chris.
Hello Joy, thanks for coming over.
So thanks, how are you doing today?
Doing well for a Monday.
Yes, everyone says that, All right, let's get started. I want to talk about today the Chamber of Commerce. You've got an education session coming up. Can you tell us a little bit what's going on with that?
We can. Ferdinand Chamber, we've been busy putting together an education series. Hopefully over the course of the year, we're going to have 3 separate sessions. The first one comes up, it's on April 20th, and the Sisters of St. Benedict have allowed us the use of their monastery event hall, what used to be the old Marion Heights Gymnasium. They've transformed that into an event hall. We're going to be meeting there. This is for Ferdinand Chamber members and non-members, so whether you're an actual member of the Chamber or just someone who has interest, you're welcome to come to this event. We've got Dana Nelson with Constant Contact. That's who she works for, but she's doing this sort of independent of them. This first topic is going to deal with social media and how it relates to business. So whether you're a large business, small, just starting, you've been around for a century or more, ways of hitting that demographic that feeds on social media, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or all of the newfangled forms of promotion and interest through social media. She's going to be there and talk over that. It's about a 90-minute session. And then once that is done, we're going to shift into St. Benedict's Brew Works, which is about a building over. Vince Lukey has graciously allowed us to have sort of an after-hours event there. They'll have various snacks and some of their foods for sale, and folks obviously at the Brew Works can partake of some of the different ales that they have worked up there. And folks don't have to come to the first event to go to the second, or you can come to
even more.
Or you can go to the first and not the second.
Right.
That's totally the individual's choice.
Okay.
But it is on April 20th. That's a Thursday.
Okay.
And again, it's at the Monastery Event Hall. We'll start at 5:30. It'll wrap up about 7. Then we'll transfer over to the St. Benedict's Brew Works for sort of post-session discussion. And then hopefully we have a couple of more of these seminars coming up through the course of the year. Dana may be the host of those as well. All of those details are still being worked out. But for all the particulars, go to ferdinandchamber.com. There'll be information on the site. You can get all the particulars, mark it in your calendar, and be ready to go. So
Okay, and what time does it start on April 20th?
5:30 p.m.
5:30. Okay, so it's April 20th, 5:30, and you can find it at
Ferdinandchamber.com.
Okay.
That's our new website. It's just been up and running for a few months now, and all of the information will be there, and you can find out and double check on the date and the time and location. Plug it into your calendar, and we look forward to seeing folks.
How does the city do with social media? Do you guys do a lot of stuff on Facebook? Or?
We do some. I'm in charge of that for the most part. I'm not a real techno-savvy person. I mean, I put out basic information, and if there's a breaking event of some kind, we push the information on that. That's just something that I need to be better at, but at the same time, we don't have massive amounts of events coming up to push. When we do drive them forward. So.
No one's posting about their day from here?
No, not that I've seen.
City Hall, the big happening place? All right, well, let's talk about being hip. Let's talk about Folk Fest. You got a halfway concert coming up?
Our Halfway to Folk Fest show is coming up Friday, March 31st.
Okay.
It's going to be in the back room of the Ferdinand American Legion. We've got Southern Sirens. They're a quartet. We've got 3 of the 4, the way their schedules fell. They will be our act that night. Doors open at 6. They'll perform from 7 until 9. I believe Bill Potter is going to be master of ceremonies unless he delegates one of his people to do that for him. But it's going to be a great time. We're going to introduce our acts for this year's Folk Festival, the headliner and all of the other performers. And we'll also give big shouts out to all of our corporate benefactors, our sponsors.
Okay.
And I'll do a spoiler alert. Best Home Furnishings is the presenting sponsor again this year.
All right.
So we'll throw them a little extra gravy on the potatoes
Sure,
for that.
yeah.
But we're appreciative of them being with us pretty much from day one. But it's going to be a great time. We'll have some merchandise available for sale, and I think we'll do a half pot and some things like that. But come out to the Ferdinand Legion. We'll close the month of March as it works out
Right.
7 o'clock showtime, 6 o'clock the doors open, and this is our way of sort of thanking our sponsors, getting that early push out for who the performers are going to be, and that really allows us to ramp up all of the activities that we'll be doing over the course of the summer with other fundraisers, getting the vendor packets put together. Probably next week on the Folk Fest website, we'll have the vendor information ready to go. So you can go to the site, click on the link, download your vendor app, and send that in. I've been getting emails and or phone calls from folks since mid-January wanting to know how can I be a part of it? When is it available? Things like that.
So vendor registration, you can go to the website.
Go to FerdinandFolkFestival.com. The application should be up and ready to go next week. We're still getting some fine tuning on that done. But, they can go to the website. If they don't see the information there or they're having trouble downloading, which that happens, they can reach out to me. Just send me an email, cjames@ferdinandindiana.org. I can shoot them a copy of the application. That won't be a huge issue, or step them through.
How many vendors do you guys look at each year?
We get on average, counting the food, arts and crafts, and the environmental and education, we're in the 70 vendor range.
Okay.
And every year it's different. I mean, we've got core groups of each specialty, but there's always somebody new. One vendor may go off because of a scheduling conflict or a health issue of some kind, but there's someone ready to step in and take their spot. So we see change, but we still have our core group that have been there pretty well from day one, backing the folk festival, and especially for the food vendors, this is a great fundraiser for them. Because you get 8,000-9,000 people coming through the park over the course of the day. A handful of them are going to stop and eat. So I mean, they get the benefit of selling their product, and the folks get some good food. And the great thing about Folk Festival, that's really your only expense on the day. You come there, there's no parking fee, there's no ticket purchase, whether it's for the headline artist or anyone else. You just show up, find a parking space, come in, get some food. If you want to buy something at a booth, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Very serene. I like it.
Well, we try to keep it as free-flowing as possible. We'll have kids' activities, so you can buy a bracelet for the kids, and they can do the bounce house and inflatable fun all day. That's well-maintained and secure, so you don't have to worry about watching to see where the kids are. They're being watched very closely. If you want to hang around with them, that's fine as well. But a lot of parents, they will buy the bracelet, let their kids do their thing, and then they could take a stroll through the arts and crafts or through the food vendors. And then they meet back up, go over onto the hillside, and just kind of camp out and make a day of it.
Anyone watching this who doesn't have kids is going to be like, what? Like, no, you don't understand. You could they can play. That'll be fine.
Anybody can come.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so the halfway concert is at the American Legion. And it's at 7, but doors open at 6?
Yes, Friday, March 31st.
And there's going to be all kinds of activities and all kinds of great stuff, right?
Yep, we'll have merchandise. Southern Sirens are the performers that night, and we'll announce the headline artist for this year and all the other acts, and give a big shout out again to our sponsors as well. Give them that push that they deserve for putting their money where our mouth is, so to speak. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being with us today. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Joy.
Great information. Looking forward to the Folk Fest.
That's good. Be here before you know it.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. That's been Monday with the Mayor here with Chris James and Ferdinand. I'm Joy Holt.